I'm Silver. It is Monday, September 7th. A quick welcome back must go out to all returning viewers. If you did tune in last time and decided to come back, I really do appreciate it. I also want to just say a quick hello to any new viewers. And yes, happy Labor Day to all that celebrate. All right, I do have a lot to talk about, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of roll into it. So just grab your drink of choice, your crafting, and away we go. Today I'm actually drinking a nice cup of coconut cream coffee from Harmony Bay. This is actually my second of the day. Hopefully it'll wake me up more than the first one did. But let me just take a quick drink and we will get started. Okay, maybe one more. In this episode, we do have FOs, or finished objects. We do have HOs, or half objects. We do have WIPs, which are works in progress. Silver's Unraveling Fast, X's and O's, Radio GaGa, Silver's Book Pile, Silver in the Case of the Screen Time, The More You Know, and The End of the Road. With that, let's move on to the next segment. Let's move on to FOs. All right, I have actually finished 5 different projects since the last time we talked. The first one I'm constantly working on and actually finishing individual squares is on my Scrappy Happy Blanket Take 2. These are 11 round blanket squares that I use a G-hook, which is a 4.25 millimeter. I have actually done, well, 4 squares since the last time we talked. Not many, as I've been concentrating on other things that you will see later. Oh yeah, and I did connect 2 full rows of the squares as well, so yay me! I absolutely love the scrappiness and the awesomeness of each individual square. I hopefully have enough especially from this year's FOs to put into the blanket too, but we shall see. Anyway, the next thing that I did finish is what I called Blanket Para Bebe. The pattern I'm using on this one is the Fuss Free Baby Blanket by Louise Tilbrook Designs. And for this pattern, I'm actually using 5 different colors of the Paintbox Yarns Superwash Wool, the Simply Aran. That's what it's called. The 5 colors are slate green, pistachio green, vanilla cream, soft fudge, and red wine. And yes, those are colors in that exact order. Well, for the most part. I used a size US 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter Knitter's Pride Smart Sticks. It's a 24-inch cable on that one until I got to the very last rows where I had to go up to a 60-inch cable because, you know, it's a blanket, it gets bigger. Anyway, I absolutely love the way that this came out. I wanted to separate out all the different, I guess, darker colors with the light color that is vanilla cream, which I think it actually came out really well. What do you guys think? The next thing that I did finish is what I called Power Went Out. Okay, time for a new project. If you remember, I started this project in the middle of a power outage, so hence the name. Anyway, this was the Quick and Simple Granny Shawl by Hannah Owens. I did use a lot of miscellaneous stripy colored and all that good stuff. It's so random. I also used a size G hook, which is a 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. It's actually my new Knitter's Pride crochet hook, which I absolutely love. And that's evidenced by the next thing that I finished, which is what I called Granny's Cloud Clusters Shawl. Yes, say that 10 times fast. Again, I used the Quick and Simple Granny Shawl by Hannah Owens. And I did use 5 different colors of Cloudborn Fibers Highland Superwash Sock Twist in the natural, petal, burgundy, magenta, and lavender colorways. Oh, I absolutely love the way that these came out. I originally bought this kit for another project, ages ago. And then the way that the pattern had on there was just, it was more than my brain could handle. So I ripped it out and I decided to put it into one of these shawls. So for the shawl, I did use, again, my G hook, which is the 4.0 millimeter, also my Knitter's Pride crochet hook. And for the duration of the time that I was working on this, because actually this is new and finished since the last time we talked. It was actually housed in my TARDIS bag by Addicted to Sock Knitting. Oh, I absolutely love it. And the last thing that I did finish since the last time we talked was actually a really quick project. It was so quick that I didn't even want to put it in a bag. And so it was housed in a Ziploc bag for the whole time. Anyway, no shade for Ziploc bags. They do what they're supposed to do, right? Anyway, I called this project simply Toddler Hat. I did use the Paybox Yarns remainders from the blanket para baby that I mentioned before. So that is the Paybox Yarns Superwash Wool in the Simply Aran, in the Vanilla Cream, Slate Green, Pistachio Green, Soft Fudge, and Red Wine. All pretty much in that same order. For the hat, I used the numbers from the Barley pattern by Tin Can Knits, but I did end up going with the stockinette instead of the garter band in the middle, like they call for. And I used a size US 6, which is a 4.0 millimeter needles for the ribbing, and a size US 8, which is a 5.0 millimeter for the rest of the hat. And I switched down to my DPNs for the downgrade, the crown decreases. And like I said, this project went super quick. I think I was done with it within 3 or 4 hours at the most. Anyway, I know I knit fast. Either way, I am going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. Moving on to hose or half objects. I do have one to mention. It is what I called Burrow's Greatest Discovery. This is a pair of socks for a recipient for the holidays. And as per that usual, I am using the Toe Up Socks with a Difference pattern by Wendy D. Johnson. And I am using Lorna's Laces Shepherd Socks in the Christmas at Downton colorway, which I absolutely love. Love the colorway. It's so dark and awesome, and it matches Down Abbey. Let me just say that. And I am using a size US 1, which is a 2.25 millimeter on 9-inch circulars up until I get to the heels and the cuff at this point for the second toe, or second sock rather. But in the meantime, I do use 9-inch circulars to go zoom all the way up the feet. All the way up the feet and the leg of the socks. So yay. All right, with that in mind, I am going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. All right, let's talk whips or works in progress. The first one I'm going to mention is what I called Bebe Flax 2. This is the flax pattern by Tin Can Knits. I am currently up to 4 or 5 inches past the divider for the sleeve. I'm hoping I can go faster. We'll see. I am using Paintbox Yarn Superwash Wool in worsted in the Spearmint Green colorway. And for the pattern, I'm using a US 6, which is a 4.0 millimeter for the ribbing, and a size US 8, which is a 5.0 millimeter 9-inch circulars. They are the Clover Bamboo that I have, which might be part of the reason why I keep delaying working on the body of it, but I'm not going to confirm nor deny that one. Anyway, the next thing that I did put, it's a good couple of inches in since the last time we talked, is what I called Whispering Amira. This is the Amira tank by Renee Mueller. I've been working on this one so long, I couldn't tell you when I started it. I am currently working on the back panel of it. I did have this going in the round until I separated for the sleeves, and now I have to do each individual piece. Yeah, it's taking a little bit longer because the Knit Picks Cotton, which is cotton and linen mix in the Whisper colorway, that particular yarn is just taking a little bit of a toll on my hands, so I do have to kind of keep it gentle. But I did notice that I wanted to wear it to my sister's wedding, which is at the end of the month, so I have to kind of keep going on this one. Either way, I am using a size US 3, which is a 3.0 millimeter, 3.2, yeah, a size US 3, which is a 3.0 millimeter, and a size US 5, which is, let me double check so I can look at the project. which is a 3.75 millimeter needle. Sorry, the notes that I have here, I had to switch up the size of the needles when I went in the round. Either way, that's neither here nor there. The next project that I'm going to talk to you about is actually another new project that I have started since the last time we talked. I called this project Easy Peasy Dude. This is another quick and simple granny shawl by Hannah Owens. Again, this time I'm going to use miscellaneous scrappy stripy yarn. I don't know any of the colorways or who the designers were. I've had these so long that the tags are long gone. Sorry about that. For this project, I am also using a size G hook, which is a 4.0 and that is my and I'm using my new Knitter's Pride crochet hook, which has that purple handle that I showed you before. And I'm actually hosting this project in my 11th Doctor bag. I don't know who the bag is by. I've had it so long and there's no label on the bag. I am so sorry. Either way, it's an awesome bag. All right, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is my September 2020 DVD socks. These particular socks I have decided that are going to go to MPI, and he's sort of on board about it. That's neither here nor there. I'm laughing uncomfortably because there's a lot of discussion about that. But either way, I am using Vanilla is the New Black pattern by Ania Fletcher. And I am using Desert Vista Dye Works Elvis colorway, which is blues and black and white. And oh, I love this colorway. And I think once they're finished, MPI will be happy. Anyway, I am using a size US1, which is a 2.25 millimeter on my 9-inch circulars most of the way down until I get to the foot. And then I will switch to 2 16-inch circulars at that point. I love this heel because I can use the Zoom needles, as CC of DGKCS calls it. Anyway, I am housing these socks in my stained glass Beauty and the Beast bag by Molly Klein Design. Okay, and the last thing that I have been putting, quite a bit of love on since the last time we talked, and is actually new also since then, is what I call the test. It is essentially a test knit that I have for CC of Java Pearl Designs. I cannot say too much about this test knit until CC is ready to premiere the pattern in October. I can't show you the project or the progress that I've made whenever I record, but I can show off the yarn I'm using, so that's what the picture is. I am actually using Nice and Knit in the Seaside colorway. So CC has actually given me permission to share the fact that the pattern name will be called I'll Have 2 Coffees and 2 Cherry Danishes to Go Please Cowl, which is actually a reference to Gilmore Girls, which is her favorite fandom, if you were wondering. CC has also allowed me to talk about the provisional cast on in the pattern itself, especially since I did find a different way to cast on using the provisional cast on, so that's pretty cool. Instead of having to pick up stitches from the crochet chain, you can actually cast right onto the needles with the crochet hook and waste yarn. It's pretty genius. Once I actually got used to the method, it actually went a lot faster for me than picking up the stitches from the crochet chain as before. I'm going to go ahead and link the video that I used in the show notes and down below in the information bar down below on YouTube. All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. Stillers Unraveling Fast. Okay, since the last time I talked to you guys, there was one project that I decided to rip out. I had started a pair of socks to match the cowl that I mentioned in the last segment, but then I kind of changed my mind as I wanted the yarn for something else. I did end up just calling the project Matching Test Socks. So honestly, there's not much to talk about because, again, the matching pair of socks is also part of the test knit that I did for CC. So, but I can show off the yarn because I love the yarn, you guys. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next segment. X's and O's. All right, you guys, my personal blog has been pretty busy since the last time we talked. I have now put up blog entries for all of my FOs and my finished projects, as well as all of my works in progress. This way I can just update it every time I come back to talk to you guys. And I am going to update each post as I go along. Today is going to be a lot of update posts, if you probably have noticed by the time this posts. Yes, they're going to be going until about 6 p.m. today. So, yay! Very busy blog, anyway. I have also been working on both of my remaining cross stitch projects. The first one I'm going to talk about is the In This House ... Doctor Who pattern by Stitch area. Again, I'm going to include her Etsy shop below and in the show notes so that way you can follow her and see all of her wonderful patterns. Oh, I absolutely love this particular pattern. I ended up finishing both of the Daleks and moved on to the second line. And then I realized I probably should put a little bit more work in my butterfly effective cross stitch. I did put maybe a couple hours worth of work into the cross stitch since the last time we talked. Not a lot, but a little bit does count, right? All right, before I digress any further, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. Radio GaGa. All right, I have actually been listening to a fair amount of music over the past couple weeks or so as I have been getting things ready and obviously writing up a lot of blog posts. I have actually listened to the greatest hits by New Kids on the Block, of course, and then also the B-52s and Fleetwood Mac's Rumors album. Oh, yes. I've also listened to a lot of 90s music, that music channel over on Comcast that I listen to a lot, just as kind of random music. I've also been listening to a few podcasts actually since the last time we talked. I've been listening to David Tennant. I've been listening to David Tennant does a podcast with, and then a bunch of people. The last week was with Judi Dench, of course, Dame Judi Dench. I've also been listening to Martinis and Murder, My Favorite Murder, also Wine and Crime, and Associates Anonymous, as I'm trying to catch up with all my audio podcasts, y'all. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. Silver's book pile. Okay, I have finished a total of 9 books since the last time we talked, and the last one was in the early hours of today. But anyway, I have finished Fiona's Flame by Rachel Herron. I've also finished Nerd in Shining Armor, The Nerd Who Loved Me, Nerd Gone Wild, Gone with a Nerd, Talk Nerdy to Me, Nerds Like It Hot, My Nerdy Valentine, and Nerds Are From Mars. And those are all in one series by Vicki Lewis Thompson. Oh, I absolutely love this series. I read them as fast as I possibly could, right? And what I'm actually currently reading is a book called Going Down by Elise Sachs. I read about 20 minutes of that before I passed out last night, finally. I've also been reading slowly To Have and to Hold by Fern Michaels. I've also been reading New Moon by Stephanie Meyer, also along with the Hot and Bothered podcast. And I've also been reading a chapter a week or so of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, again, along with the Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast. Whew, that's a lot that I've been reading, huh? I better move on to the next segment. Silver in the case of the screen time. Alright, so I have actually been watching a fair amount of TV and everything else, actually, since the last time we talked. I have actually finished up Stargate Atlantis. I decided to nix Stargate Universe because, quite frankly, I don't think it's available on Amazon anymore. I couldn't find a way of making it work, but that's neither here nor there. I've also been finished watching up Ghost Hunters up until the most current episode, which hopefully I'm thinking they'll be back soon for more episodes, which would be awesome for me. And then I watched one episode of Big Brother All Stars and then decided, nope, now I know why I stopped watching Big Brother when it first came out. So, yes. But I've also been spending a lot of time watching Supernatural. I started with Siska Says, watching one a week. However, I decided, especially now that we know what day that Supernatural is coming back, if you're wondering, October 2nd. I decided that I wanted to go ahead and just binge watch them all, see how many I can watch before the rest of this season starts. Especially since, quite frankly, with the big break between episodes, I have kind of forgotten what's happened so far this season. So I figure, I'll binge watch the whole series. Why not? I'm currently in the beginning part of season 3, so I've made pretty good progress. Let's see, I watched 2 different movies, the Stargate Continuum movie and also 13 Going on 30, because that seems to be a good movie to have on in the background while I am knitting or working on random projects. Let's see. Oh, I have been watching a fair amount of podcasts as well. I did catch up with Criminally Creative. Sorry, I missed that one last time, you guys, so I had to add it to this list. True Crime Daily, obviously. Also GGKCS, Dramatic Knits, Stockinette Zombies, The Knit Girls, Stitching the High Notes, and That's Why We Drink. I absolutely love those podcasts, you guys, obviously. But also, a lot of my time I've been spending on YouTube, quite frankly, which, much to MTI's chagrin, is most of my time. Anyway, like I mentioned before, I do watch Siska Says. I also watch a lot of IO, which is Inform Overload. I also watch their sister channels, Top 10 Central and Top 10 Central Dark, which is their newest edition as of Friday, where they do play a lot of like jump scares and the host kind of try not to get scared kind of challenges and stuff. It's kind of funny. The one episode that has premiered already, they've got a lot of numbers for that one. A lot of good analytics, but honestly, the video itself was kind of funny. I was sitting there the entire time and be like, okay, we get it. The hosts don't like jump scares. But I'm sure there'll be more videos later, especially the one that they've been promoting a lot with a bunch of squirrels attacking cameras and things. That'll be fun. Anyway, I've also been watching the Matthews Fam, also Camelot 331 quite a bit, and r slash, which is just basically people reading Reddit posts, which is kind of funny, and a lot of like Karen meme stories. I don't know why I'm on that kind of kick. Either way, before I start rambling anymore, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. The more you know. Okay, it is time for a Cal breakdown. Let's talk the great podcaster craft together. Oh my gosh, you guys. This Cal is actually started on January 1st and will end on December 31st. If you are a podcaster and would like to go ahead and host an FO thread, that is perfect. Chatter threads are even better. Giving away prizes is actually up to your personal preference. If you are officially participating in the along and you are a podcaster, please PM me directly and I will add you to the list of podcasts participating, which does include your podcast banner, and you'll be added to the list of moderators in our Discord as well. If you do listen to any podcast at all and would like to participate, even if you aren't a podcaster, you're welcome. Please feel free to go ahead and join in and spread the word. If you do decide to go ahead and join in, especially on Instagram, I do recommend using the hashtag TGPAL2020. Like I said, on Instagram, we do have a group on Facebook to go ahead and enter FOs as well. Main rules for this along is that you must be a member of the Silver Dreamland Discord group or on Facebook. If you do decide not to use Discord, like I said, please use the hashtag on Instagram. And like I mentioned, you can put your FO pictures on our Facebook group as well. I do have a post there where you can go ahead and comment your FO photos. I will make sure to grab all FO pictures from that feed as well as on Instagram throughout the year as well. I'll be using the same type of numbering system that we've been using in another website that will not be named at this time, just to make it all more streamlined. So if you see a comment that says post number whatever on either Facebook or Instagram, or an edit to your post on Discord, even a message, a comment after that with that in it, you'll know what FO post number you will be. And I just wanted to make sure that everyone can see this and it's as transparent as it possibly can. All right, so for this year, a newer rule that I implemented was that there isn't a minimum yardage goal, so go ahead, have at it. So single socks do count, unless of course that you finish the pair. Like I mentioned, each pair will only count once. Sorry, that's just how socks roll, right? This also happens to be the same for gloves as well. Now, this does count for any project that you finish in 2020. It'll all count. All finished projects will count. I just ask that you post like before and after photos if it's not a like I would say a cross stitch project or something like that. I would like to see in progress photos if I can, but that's not strictly necessary. So poly dipping is allowed and even encouraged. If you do wish to share the other alongs that you enter, that would be completely awesome. This way we can actually participate in those alongs as well, depending on the rules of the alongs. Now, in the case of scrappy blankets, one stripe or one square will count as an FO in this context because, quite frankly, who isn't working on some version of a scrappy blanket, or in my case, 2, 3, 4, how many? I lost track. Anyway, let's move on to what you're here for, right? The prizes. This year, I'm going to be giving away 4 total copies of my Proud to Be Me or Wizarding World tour patterns. That's 1 per quarter. Just so you know, these will be sent via direct PDFs, like either here on Discord or via email. This will be your choice as to how I send that your way. And the choice of pattern will be up to you. We'll also be giving away a free pattern from Java Pearl Designs that will be given away 1 per month, so that's 12 total. Again, this is actually going to be sent to you via direct PDFs, either on Discord, on email. Probably would be your best way, be your best choice. All I ask for this one is that you go ahead and go to www.javapearldesigns.com and actually choose which pattern you would like, and then I will send that over via your DMs or via email as soon as possible. And it's either me or Cece herself. It depends on who gets there first. But anyway, the next prize is a $10 gift card to the Wool Warehouse in your area, aka like a Webs or stuff like that. This is actually in place of the weekly pattern prizes that I used to do on the site that will not be named. These will actually be all sent out to everyone at the end of the year, in case there are multiple times an individual wins. This way the pattern wearers can actually make one choice instead of multiple, or you can do it per instance. It's up to you. All right. Now, for the case of doing the every 50 FOs, I'm not going to be giving away patterns on the site that will be not be named for the reasons that I have mentioned multiple times since I left the platform. Sorry, I can't in good conscience actually spend any money on the site. I just can't. Nope. Now, as to physical prizes, we do have 3 different skeins from Desert Vista Dye Works. On her Viso base, we do have her Neon Cotton Candy colorway, which is completely awesome. I love this color, you guys. So jealous of the winner. We also do have the Somebody Needs Some Courage colorway. And on her Xian, which is a sparkle base, the colorway is the Mother of All Somebody Queens. It's an 8 striper. It's fantastic. Again, like I said, so jealous. We do also have 2 different skeins of yarn from Nice and Knit. The first colorway is called Sand Dollar. I love this color. And also the Times Square colorway. And both of these are on their fingering yarn base. And donated to us from my local yarn store, New England Yarn and Spindle LLC. They did donate. a skein of Sweet Georgia yarns in the Rainbow Sparkle colorway. Oh, I absolutely love it. So you know I'm going to link the LYS down below. They have a wonderful website that, you know, helps for pickups, especially in this crazy time. And the last physical prize that we do have is from Knit Picks. This is the Golden Needle Organizer. I love the packaging. It's so cute. All right, who finished FOs in August? Well, we had Cindy L, Emily R, I Now Our, Elle McCall, Meditative Crafter, Nicole S, Original Sin, VT Kimmy Kim, and Walsh Central. Congratulations, everyone. Oh, I loved every single one of those FOs, you guys. You have no idea. Speaking of loving every post that gets put up, with the changeover from the site that will not be named, things for this category have changed quite a bit. I have been continuing to love each and every project that has been entered into the Along. This does include on Facebook, Instagram, and the Discord server, the Silver's Dreamland podcast server that I created. I've just put up a thread on Discord for those that, well, basically anyone that wishes to continue playing for the honorable mentions. They're on Discord as well. If you'd like to go ahead and play along, please follow the hashtag TGPAL2020 hashtag on Instagram and the Facebook group to vote for your favorite FOs for August, which is post number 546 to 602. Preferably before 10/1, so the beginning of October. On both Facebook and Instagram, all you need to do is hit the love or heart reaction buttons on each post that you see and you'd like to vote for. On Discord, you need only add a reaction to the post that you are voting for. Or specifically, now that I've put my heart eyes reaction on each project, all you need to do in that case is just click it and it will keep a running tally of all the votes for that particular project that way too, which is cool and nice and easy. I love it. So you know the winners from here on out will actually be given a $10 gift card to their local warehouse. As in the case, I will be awarding these by the end of the year. I ask that you do send me an email at silverstreamland@gmail.com with the warehouse you'd like the gift card through, and if you prefer now or at the end of the year. It's relatively nice and simple, and you have choices. I like choices. Okay, what you're here for, the prize winners, right? These prize winners were actually drawn from post number 3 to 607. The winner of Java Pearl Designs pattern, and I'll link again their Etsy shop here, was post number 354, who is D-Dor4. So congratulations. And the winner of a $10 gift card was to post number 80, who is Meditative Crafter. So congratulations. Please send me either an email at silverstreamland@gmail.com or message me on Discord. I will go ahead and send those off as soon as I can. Okay. As to the most loved from July, this was in regards to post number 441 to 548. So basically to the end of the route of posts. So the winner of this category was post number 441, actually, and 483, who both had 7 loves between them. This actually went to Nicole S. So congratulations. And the voters from July, this was post number 2 through 10. The winner of this was post number 3, who is Elsa Ende. So congratulations. Just go ahead and PM me directly on Discord. Again, I am SilverD if you were looking. Or you can email me directly at silverstreamland@gmail.com, especially if you don't use Discord. Don't worry about that. With that, I am going to go ahead and move on to the next segment before I start rambling again. All right, we have come to the end of the road. I am pretty social. You can actually find me on our Discord board, which is Silver's Dreamland Podcast. On Discord, I am SilverD, then the hashtag symbol or the #8858. I'm going to add to a title card so you can find me there on Discord. On Facebook, Silver Streamland can now be found at www.facebook.com/groups/Silver Streamland podcast. Yes, I know there are actually two different groups, or two different with that particular name. Obviously, there's a group and a page. If you follow the group for all episodes and along updates, that would be great. So you know, sometimes when the episodes go live, the notifications may actually bounce onto the page as well, so you know. On Instagram, I am Silver's Treats. On Twitter, I am at Silver's Knitting. So you know, I do tend to read through all messages on every social media platform as soon as I possibly can. However, if you don't hear from me within 24 hours on any of those platforms, please go ahead and feel free to email me directly at silverstreamland@gmail.com. As always, everything that I do talk about can actually be found in the show notes at www.silversdreamlandpodcast.com. If you haven't done so already, please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell down below. This way, others can find me in my little corner of YouTube. That, and you can also see when I post videos and updates. Okay, I have rambled for long enough. I know your time is valuable, so please feel free to join in any discussion, or you can start your own directly on the Silver Streamland Discord board. I don't bite, I promise. Like I said, if you have any suggestions for new categories, please let me know. I would love to add more if you have any ideas. All right, and also if you are feeling generous, please click that like button below this video. It really does help my channel, you guys. So please stay tuned for episode 97 next month. Until next time, happy crafting.